I'm out here in my car to talk to you today about the CarPlay HD display, IPS touchscreen, Bluetooth, bloody blah blah blah. What is the model number of this one? It doesn't have the model number in here, although links for all this stuff will be down in the description, of course. This is not a sponsored video. I have been looking for a solution to my CarPlay woes for my Lexus GX460 for a little while, and I was looking at, complete console replacements, center stack replacements, and all that kind of stuff. And those looked really cool, but they're kind of expensive. Maybe I'll reach out to one of the companies and see if they'll want to help me out. But I figured this was an inexpensive option. And this CarPlay version was very well reviewed in the Amazon, so I figured I would try it. I was skeptical that it would work at all. Right now I have it mounted above my center stack with this like suction cuppy thing. It is bouncy, but when I'm driving it's not terrible. Right now it automatically jumps into CarPlay, but I'll go back to the home screen so you can see what it is. It's an Android tablet, 10.2 inches, not the greatest resolution or anything like that. It has a bunch of features. You can mirror your phone, you can stick a USB in there, Bluetooth phone connection, you can put an SD card in there, and then audio. It has different audio outputs, so you can connect this to your car via the FM transmitter, which those never sound good, so don't do that. The aux out, which I have hooked up here. The speaker that's on the CarPlay system itself, which is not good. And audio Bluetooth. So you connect your phone to both the CarPlay, and then you also connect it to your stereo, and it sort of makes a love triangle of stuff. So you can do all that, go home, you can adjust different things with this. Some of the ones that I've seen have this like stuck there all the time, which I didn't like. You can AirPlay your phone to it. It has Android Auto as well. Some of this stuff wasn't interesting to me because I wanted this. And there it is. You've got CarPlay as if it were native to the thing. Now, this vehicle is a 2017 GX460, and in 2017, CarPlay was a feature that you could get on many cars, but not on the GX460. At least if you want to look down here, see this is the GX460's center stack, and as you can tell, it might as well be like 2008 up in here, because there's not really anything too super exciting about the GX460's infotainment system at all. So how it also comes with, I have it hooked up with the suction cup because that's the least permanent way to attach it. And then I have all the cables sort of running down the side of the dash. If I decide to keep it, I will likely run the cables through and then have it plugged in down below. In addition to the suction cup that is available that I don't like, there's also this. So on the back of the CarPlay system, there is a bracket. These little clips go into the bracket, you slide up, and sticks on. This is bendable, and you have here a 3M tape style foot for this guy. So you can place this on your dash somewhere or something like that. My problem is, there's not really a whole lot of real estate. I mean, I can put it up here, but that is far away. If I put it further back than it is, it's far away, and it's already kind of difficult to reach and change music from the driver's seat anyway, because the music is over there unless I make the music full screen, and still it's kind of like over on this side. So I think my OCD would be incredibly bothered if I were to put it not centered in the center stack. So I have this little lip here, and then I have the bumpy trim here, and I found that stuff doesn't stick very well to that. So I don't know exactly what to do. But the question you might have, and the question that I had was, how well does this work? And is it worth trying instead of a much more expensive option. One of the things that bothers me the most about, post 2010-ish cars is that you can't replace the stereo. Usually all kinds of stuff are running through the stereo. It makes it impossible to just yank the stereo out and put a new stereo in. But I will show you how quickly it boots up so that you can see that. All right, turn the car off, let it sit for a second, and then I will start the car and you will see how quickly it boots up. Well, I have to put my foot on the... Oh. There we go. Okay, so connecting. Down here, this is giving me a little caution screen. Now, it started playing on here first, but then it just switched over without me having to do anything. I guess that's okay. This is the first time, so I have been using this with the aux cable, so I would just go into the audio and hit source and select aux, and that gives me a direct connection. I knew this was supposed to be able to do Bluetooth, so it's Bluetooth here, then Bluetooth here, and they all work together in tandem with this. So some reviews that I saw said it could take like 30 seconds or something like that, which seemed like a long time. But in my experience, it takes not really very long at all. To, the same amount of time that it takes the Bluetooth to hook up to my in-car stereo is the same amount of time that it takes for the CarPlay ride to set up. And all in all, it's really a pretty good product. I can't speak to the longevity of it, but I know that at this point, I get in my car, I start it up, it automatically connects to the CarPlay ride screen, and it automatically connects to my car, and suddenly I'm listening to everything that I want. For something that you could probably purchase on Temu, and all of these IPS touchscreens are likely made by the same company or group of companies. There are tons of them on Amazon, and you could find one, without too much trouble. This one is a good bang for the buck, if you ask me. And while it's not the most high quality screen in the world, it certainly does the job for vehicles like mine that don't have CarPlay built in. Again, it just works like CarPlay does. And so you just go back and go back. And if you want to get back out to the Android screen, there's like this little white dot that just sits there. And then you can go back out to the Android screen and choose whatever else you wanted to do. The touch screen is pretty sensitive, actually. I found that, I can just tap it and it's pretty forgiving as to do I hit something correctly. It's been a very good experience in the week that I've had it in my car. So that's the CarPlay Ride HD display that gives you CarPlay in a non-CarPlay having car. It gives you a bunch of different ways to hook up, everything from FM transfer to Bluetooth to auxiliary. You can go with Bluetooth to the CarPlay Ride and use the auxiliary input on your car, or you can go Bluetooth to the CarPlay Ride and then Bluetooth to your in-dash stereo, and they will talk to one another. I found that actually, in my limited testing, the Bluetooth gives the best sound. The aux isn't bad, but I could tell that it didn't have quite the same fullness. So if you're looking for something like this, or you didn't know anything like this ever existed, like I didn't until a couple of weeks ago, then links are down in the description. Go ahead and check it out. Clicking the links does get me a little bit of a kickback, but it doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps me keep food on the table for those who live in the painfully honest household, including dogs and small children. So your money will be going to a good cause. Hit me with questions down in the comments as well, anything that you can think of, and until the next time, I'm out.